We're back in the Round Ball Mining Company Denver Nuggets film room, and today we're going to be taking a look at footage of Walter Sharpe from the 2008 NBA Vegas Summer League, just because I'm that big of a dork that I actually have a CD of a game between the Pistons and the Lakers from the 2008 Vegas Summer League sitting around. The Nuggets recently received Walter Sharpe in a trade with the Pistons that included Arron Afflalo, and most fans probably are not familiar with Walter Sharpe, so we're going to take a look at some footage from last year's Summer League to get a feel for what he can and cannot do. Sharpe was drafted out of UAB as a power forward, but in this footage you're going to see him playing strictly small forward and almost exclusively matched up against perimeter players, which is interesting considering what he played in college at UAB. In this footage he is going to be number 14 in white, and the first few clips we're going to take a look at his defense. Right away I was impressed with Sharpe's ability to stick with a perimeter-oriented player in Javaris Crittenden, who played point guard in college, and here he's out on Crittenden near midcourt and follows him very well throughout the play. For a man listed as power forward, he moves very well and looks pretty competent considering he probably didn't play much perimeter defense in college at UAB. In the second clip, once again, he's out near half court, and towards the end of the clip I like how well Sharpe keeps track of Crittenden as he moves through the lane and goes to the weak side. He turns his head briefly, but he's able to keep track of Crittenden without losing track of the ball, which some Nuggets seem to have a hard time with. Of course, there are times where he looks a little bit out of his element, such as this play where he gets beat backdoor, and that actually happened again later in the game where he gave up the backdoor cut, but you can't expect him to be a perfect perimeter player, especially at this point in his career being shifted to a small forward. The one area his defense was clearly deficient was in pick and roll defense, and here you're going to see his man set a screen, and he doesn't hedge out whatsoever to slow down the ball carrier, and that's an area of help defense where he's going to have to improve if he's going to become a small forward. And even after the play with the teammate on the floor, he doesn't provide any help until Rodney Stuckey pushes him in the back to go lend a hand to help his teammate out. You can see these next three clips that Sharpe does move very well in the open floor, and he's able to actually make three steals here that I strung together back to back to back. And you see he can handle the ball, he makes smart decisions with the ball, and it's just pretty impressive for a guy who played power forward in college. And you can see why the Pistons were interested in trying to switch him over to small forward with the way he handles the ball and moves. On this third steal, don't only notice the steal, but also notice the pass he makes under duress. Kind of gets himself in trouble by leaving his feet, but he makes a perfect bounce pass up ahead to trigger the break. And actually it's Arron Afflalo, his still teammate here that he was traded to Denver with, that finishes on the break, and that's going to transition us into a couple of passes that he makes. Here you're going to see he receives the ball up by the free throw line and makes a really nice touch pass down low to Cheek-Som, who was a one-time Nugget, but unfortunately he double clutched despite the fact that he's 7'2", and didn't convert on the pass. And here you're going to see another play between Afflalo and Sharpe. Sharpe's going to get the pass from Afflalo and give it right back in a very nice give and go. And once again, he shows that he's not just a power forward. He does have some small forward skills. We're going to move on to some of Sharpe's offense, and here you're going to see some of the benefit that he has of being a power forward, trying to play small forward, where he's able to post up smaller players. In this first clip, he reposts and then shows a decent drop step, not quite good enough to get the basket, but still you can see that he has the potential to be effective in the post against smaller players. On this next clip, you're going to see one thing I noticed here. He doesn't seem to be a real explosive athlete on the block. He gets his shot challenged, and on a play that he should be able to get that shot off. And on this next clip, he's going to get the ball on the baseline. He shows a nice spin move, and when the help comes, he passes on the double team to an open teammate, who unfortunately misses the jumper. But you can see he is comfortable with the ball in the post, and having been a power forward in college, he has that ability to post up smaller players. And here's one more post-up play, and you can see that he's comfortable both going baseline and to the middle of the floor. Here he's going to get in the middle, miss a shot, but he gets the offensive rebound and puts it back in with the foul, and that's going to transition us into some rebounding clips. Once again, as a college power forward, you'd expect him to be a pretty good rebounding small forward. In this first clip, you're going to see him come along the baseline, and then when the shot goes up, he's going to duck inside the defender and get good position for an offensive rebound. He doesn't get the rebound, but that kind of reminds me of Ronaldo Ball from the way he's able to kind of stalk the baseline and get in the position to make a play. On this next play, he's once again on the left side of the lane. He avoids the box out attempt by Kobe Carl, of all people, and then actually hangs around, gets the rebound, and puts it back in traffic. At this point, you may be mildly excited about Sharpe's prospects, but here we're going to get to some of the uglier scenes. Here he shows a really nice crossover dribble and a smooth shot until you see the result of it, and I'm not quite sure he was trying to bank that in, but it definitely hit the backboard and did not look to be a good shot whatsoever. But the crossover was pretty impressive. And on this next clip, you're gonna see he's gonna do a little step back jumper, and at least this one hit the rim before the backboard, but still you can see it's not. He doesn't look real comfortable shooting jumpers, and that's gonna be a problem if he's gonna play small forward in the NBA. And on this final clip, you're gonna see it's just a wide open three-pointer, and he kind of drifts. He doesn't look like he has good balance, and he definitely isn't comfortable shooting from this far out. But it's something he's going to have to learn if he's going to be a small forward in the NBA. All in all, I was pretty impressed with Sharpe's progress, considering he'd been, as I've said repeatedly, a power forward in college, being forced into a new position as a small forward in an NBA game. And even though it was just summer league, it's still some pretty good players that he's matching up with. And I was impressed with his ball handling, with his passing, and he has some pretty good court sense. But most of all, his ability to stay with a player like Javaris Crittenton, who is a big-time point guard in college, even if only for a year, and someone who has a lot of physical talents. For Sharpe to be able to stay with him on the perimeter was pretty eye-opening to me. It's pretty obvious that he does not have much of a chance of contributing to the Nuggets right away, but he does have some promise for the future, especially if he's able to get that jump shot down to where he can not only make the crossover, the step-back move, but also make the shot every once in a while. Thanks for stopping by the Roundball Mining Company Denver Nuggets Film Room, and I encourage you to take a look at our Denver Nuggets blog at roundballminingcompany.com, a member of the ESPN True Hoop blog network.